morning everybody, welcome to another video. Catch up with me today next to the wonderful River Wye. I'm out again doing a bit of trotting in this video. Now, as you know, if you've seen any of my previous videos, I tend to come down here, barbel fish in the morning and the evening. At the moment, due to the river conditions, it's painfully low, pretty clear. Barbel are not interested during the day. So what I've started doing is coming down, barbel fishing very early on and late on, and doing some trotting at lunchtime. This video, I'm going to kind of flip it round a bit, and this is more of a trotting video, to be honest. I've come down here and picked a stretch that was free, because lots and lots of stretches at the moment are very busy. But this one was free. It's called Foy Bridge, and it's very, very suitable for trotting and wading. So I'm here really to do some trotting. Found a few spots. Excuse me. What I found is, if I spin you around, you'll see. Well, I've got from, this is the bottom of the stretch, and I've got up to the bridge. It's only about 200 meters, but you can see up there, the bridge. What we've got is some water that's about 2 or 3 foot deep under the bridge. It deepens off a little bit to about 4 foot. There's a big tree trunk in the middle of the river, as you can see. Then it shallows off along here. And there's faster water that runs off, obviously down to some deeper water down there. Now, it has been raining last couple of days, and I'm hoping that'll put a bit of water in the river. It'd be nice if it came up a bit. But as you probably saw, I've got my net and bucket with some bait in out over there. I'm going to start off trotting in here. Baits I've got with me, I've got some shrimp and krill groundbait. I've got some luncheon meat that's been cubed up. I've actually got some cubes of cheese as well today. I've got some bread and various other bits and pieces that we can have a try with. Be nice to catch some barbel on the float. I'm not sure we're going to manage it with the weather as it is at the moment. We're supposed to be overcast today. The Met Office forecast an overcast day, and as you can see, I've got a beautiful blue sky with the odd bit of wispy cloud. So that doesn't bode well. I'm sure the Chub will play ball though, which is fantastic. Rods I've got with me. I say rods because I bought a couple with me today for trotting. I've got my ever faithful Cadence CR10 14 foot match number 2, coupled with my Abu Garcia 506 Mark II closed face reel. And on there I have got, if I open it up you'll see, in fact I'll show you with the other rod. And the other rod I've got with me is my 13 foot Tyson, Preston Tyson Wagler rod, and that is fitted with a Centrepin. Now I'll use a pin if I can. Got a chance here to do some trotting off the tip, so no casting involved, so we might well be able to use the pin, which would be really nice. And as I just mentioned, floats. I've got some new floats here. They are Drake, I think they're called domed alloy stem, nice and big and buoyant. This is a 3.2 4 AAA. I think that says 4 AAA. It's rubbed off a bit, but I'm going to give those a go today. But I think we'll start off on the pin. We'll get out on this Croy here. We'll start off on the pin. We may do some wading further upstream. It's a nice stretch for some wading. But yeah, we'll run some baits through here and see what happens. So, touching on baits, I'm going to primarily use meat, I think, as my go-to bait. Done okay on that here in the past. Not on this stretch. I never fished a stretch before. I should just mention as well, the YNS Foundation, which this is a stretch of, actually do have certain bait bans in place. Not so you'd know if you read some of the catch reports, because people seem to ignore it. But until the 15th of September, which is in 4 days' time, maggots and casters are banned. And I've read 2 reports of people using casters this year already. And a couple of reports of people using worms, and worms are banned all the time. So you guys who fish here, you need to read the rules. Because I'm sure if they realised that they were using banned baits, they wouldn't put it in their catch returns. Anyway, so no maggots today for me, no worms, no casters. But often that's, I've said it before, but often that's a bit of a blessing in disguise, to be honest, because makes you concentrate on bigger baits, and bigger baits usually mean bigger fish. So I'm really looking forward to this. I'm going to start off at about, I don't know, I don't think it's very deep. Start off at 3 foot, that's 2.5, 3 foot. We'll run a bit of meat through, see what happens. Looking forward to this. So I couldn't get anything going in that swim, so I've come to the other end of the spectrum, if you like. This is about the deepest bit of water. We'll try here. I think it's probably about 4 foot. So we'll start at 4 foot. It's just a case today of finding out where the fish want to be. It's great that the Wagler have their catch reports that everyone puts in, which is brilliant, and it can be helpful, but when the river is lower than on some days than others, it can be very unhelpful, to be honest. So it may well be just a case of finding out where the fish want to be today, where they're happy being today. Well, that's set at about 4 foot and it's going through there. Just had a little dink on it. I think I may be better with my other rod in here, to be honest. Just not enough flow to turn the pin. Maybe dragging bottom there. Okay. Have one more go, and I think we'll perhaps use the other rod, or more to the point, the other reel, really. It'll be much better in here. That close face reel. Yeah, I certainly think we'll be better off with the other rod in here. We'll switch over. It's very enclosed in this swim. Very easy to cast. Oh, that's a bit nicer using this rod in here. Ooh. I should not strike into the tree. I think we had a bite then. Well, that shows you how shallow it is. There's a swan over there. It's feeding off the bottom, mid-river. Oh, this is very awkward swim to fish. Right, let's try again. As I say, we did have a bite that time around, I think. Yeah, I think that's a bite. Yeah, there we go. That feels a half decent fish. That's a good start. A couple of head nods, so I'm sure it's a chub. Doesn't feel a bad one. She's doing a good impression. Wonderful. Staying very deep. God, it's a proper one. Limey. That's an absolute lump. That's a fish to start off. He's off again. He took one look at me and thought, no thank you. Blimey. Come on, you come, chap. Wow. Well, it's about that to start the day. What a lump. Fantastic. That's awesome. Not baiting too heavily at the moment, just sprinkling the pellets and the odd bit of corn in, just trying to get a feel for the spots really and how they're going to produce, or if they're going to produce. Obviously we've had a nice fish here, but I'll start baiting and baiting and baiting and baiting, and then deciding half an hour or an hour I want to move, and then I've baited up the swim. So I'm just feeling my way in gently, to be honest. And there we go. Don't feel very big. But clearly they're in here. Some fish are. I can almost lift this one out. Not quite. Well, it's about that. Perfect little chub. Wonderful stuff. I'm still not massively struck on this swim. I'd like to be another 10 metres upstream, I think, but we're having a few fish. There we are, it's about that. I'm persevering a little bit in here because, well, firstly we've got all day, so no reason not to. It's an awkward cast. I could, as I say, go and fish from the other bank and wade out into the river. My only concern with that is that the the canoes are going to want to pass on that side, because that's the deepest part of the shallow water below. So I don't really want to get in their way. And secondly, I do prefer trotting off the left bank than off the right bank. Well, I really can't get in here because it's very deep. Well, very deep. Wouldn't come over my chest waders, but I think I'd struggle to get out. It's kind of... Right, time for a wander, I think. Let's see what we can find. We can always come back, obviously. Morning. Well guys, we're back in the river. Come on the other bank now, because I couldn't really get anything going on that other side. There's that one swim, but I'm actually fishing right opposite it here. It's actually over there that we were fishing. So just means it's sort of more comfortable stood in the river. If I can get closer to the fish, certainly. It's a very awkward swim to fish, that one, and this one obviously is much easier. As we're stood in the river, we've got no foliage or anything to worry about. I'm just about up to the crown jewels in water, almost. Just about keeping my waste pouch out of the water, put it that way. Do find backhand trotting a bit awkward, I have to say. You get some bites already. It's clouded over as well, which is fantastic. Really good. I'm not going to be able to use the pin here though, because I can't fish off the rod top. Certainly can't cast the pin as far enough as I'm getting out here. Oh, there we go. Right at the bottom of the run. First run through. Just holding it in the current. Fantastic. Feels a reasonable fish. Still not seen it. There it is. Oh, it's not too bad. Not a huge one, but certainly worth catching. Wonderful. That's great. I've just got my net here. We can actually we'll lift him out of the water, shall we? Rather cavalier, but he's not too big. There we go. How's about that? Wonderful stuff. That's fantastic. Fab. That's wonderful. Do very little. Well, you'll know if you've seen the channel. I don't do a lot of wading, really. Very little. I have to say there is a certain pleasure in this. Certainly much nicer now the sun's gone in. Looks like we might even get a shower. Great stuff. Dip, I think it's just little enough to hold it on for a second. Just putting the odd cube of cheese and meat in. Not feeding too heavily at all. I did chuck a couple of balls of groundbait in when I started. Just get a few pellets and smell in the water. A few pellets to the bottom. Chucking a handful of pellets in every 10 minutes or so as well. Just not a handful, just 10 or so pellets, different sizes. It's a mixture. It could possibly go on a pellet as well, should we want to. I do prefer fishing pellet if I do fish pellet on the bottom though. We're on. Right down the bottom. I don't think he's very big. Right down the bottom of the run. I'm running this thing. It's just got this big dome on it. I can see it a long way down. I'm probably running it, well, I'm running it certainly to level with the stump in the water there. It's got to be 50 metres, I should think, 40 or 50 metres. Well, certainly probably more than that if this stretch is 200 metres long. It's getting on for half of it that I'm running it along. What have we got here? Wonderful. Come on, little fella. You might be little, but you're very welcome. There we are. How's about that? Wonderful stuff. Whoa, you're in a rush. Get quite a lot of these fish right at the bottom of the run here. So, seems they're right down just above the fast water. That's where I'm catching them. Which is interesting. So, feeling my way around the stretch really and trying to find out where the fish are. Our first bigger one we had was probably about 20 metres downstream from where I'm stood, sort of mid-river, obviously from the other bank. But these two in here have been a long way down. So certainly level with that stump in the water there, which I'm sure you can see. See, I'm about, I don't know, 50 or 75 metres down from the bridge. I'm trotting about a third of the stretch, I'd say, stood here. Middle third of the stretch. Big long run. Talking to one of the local guys actually, who's telling me. There we go. Oh, hello. It's pulling a bit harder. He was telling me it's ridiculously low. I mean, obviously I could see it's low, but I mean really low. He said he's rarely seen it this low. I'm getting a few now. Perhaps he's baiting. He's starting to get them interested. Wasn't so far down that time. It'll feel particularly big again. But they're all very welcome. I mean, I've got the landing net here just in case we hook any monsters. We can probably just about lift this one out. He's very, very lightly hooked. I think this fella trying to get under my bucket may well come off if he does. Much. Oh, there we go. Swam through my legs. Brilliant. That's fantastic. Wonderful stuff. Well, this is very, very enjoyable. Making these funny croaking noises, these chub today. Oh, there we go. Off you go, chap. Run under the bucket. Great stuff. Well, perhaps we're starting to get things going a little bit. I keep pellets going in, not particularly as feed, more as smell to be honest, as they break down. We might be able to draw some fish up if they are sitting further down. A few bits of luncheon meat in as well. Mind you, there's so much fat in it, isn't it? Luncheon meat, it's probably not settling till down. Never mind. We'll keep at it. I've tried cheese, got some lumps of cheese as well. I don't seem to be too interested in that at the moment. Tried it a few times and not had anything on it. go back to meat, and I do. Yeah, definitely down there. This feels a bit better. Definitely feels a little bit better. I had a couple of goes at that. The float sort of dipped under and then came back up and dipped under and stayed under. He's giving up now. We'll keep at it. Hopefully it'll swim will build. No, decided he's off all of a sudden. Come on. Not much of a muchness at the moment. Oh, beautiful fish there. Lovely condition. Fantastic stuff. So guys, it's about 1 o'clock. Coming up to 1 o'clock. I'm very, very quiet here for the last sort of probably best part of an hour. So I'm in an hour as to what to do really. Just had a walk up and down the stretch. As I say, it's only 200 metres long. It's just a deep spot right under the bridge where I threw some freebies in and couldn't see any get taken. I could see the bottom pretty much. But you know, often when you see the bottom you can't see that there's fish there, can you? Because they're so well camouflaged. I've had a walk down the stretch and I found out where the channel is in the fast water down there. So that may be worth a go perhaps later on when the canoes stop, because they will have to go down it at the moment. There is a slightly deeper channel down the middle there. It might be worth running the float down there. We'll give it a bit longer here. There's a trout here. Difficult though when you not getting bites. It's do you feed or do you not feed? You know, it's you're not getting bites. Perhaps there's not any fish there. You don't want to fill in the place in. But of the same virtue, if you don't feed, you're not going to get anything going. I find it a bit of a tricky one, a bit of a dilemma. You know, it's okay when you're getting bites, and lots of bites. You just fill it in. When you're not getting any, what do you do? Tricky one. There are clearly fish here, there's fish jumping and topping. Nothing particularly big, but you know, if there are those fish here, then I would think that there's other fish here as well. You know, they don't just literally disappear, do they? Fish in the middle of the day, they're somewhere, and they can't even get under the cover. The river's so low at the moment, they can't even get, you know, tuck themselves underneath the cover in the edges. Well, We're in again, right down the bottom of this stretch. I mean, right down the bottom of the stretch. Saw the float go under us. It was sort of where it normally goes under anyway, drags bottom, and I thought we had the bottom in there. Again, it's not particularly big, but it's a fish. Just thinking perhaps it was time to go and have some lunch. And may well do shortly. And we'll land this little fella first. Well, here we are. Got peas in a pod. Must be a shoulder of these down there. We'll perhaps have a go down in that faster water again now. I've worked out where the deeper channel is. Perhaps going to have a walk down there and have a wade out in that faster water. See what we can do down there. It does seem that there's not really a lot going on up here at the moment. Oh, and it is the middle of the day at the end of the day. It's the middle of the day. So it's not overly surprising. We're not getting a bite every run through. Well, this feels better fish. Blimey. This is a proper fish. Wow. It's robbing me. I can't do anything with this at all. Proper chub. I think we'll net this one. Oh, that's a nice fish. We'll don't think we'll risk picking this one out. Oh, it's a nice fish. Come on, chap. Got him. That's fab. Let's give him a minute to get his breath back in there. Well, guys, how's about that? We've worked hard for that one. Really worked hard for that one, but fitting reward. Fantastic. Well, that's kind of out the blue. Very happy about that. Just been running bait past that chub for literally an hour before we took that bait. Strange, isn't it? It's just like there's no fish there, and all of a sudden you get a bite. Right, what I'm going to do is try a pellet. I tried a pellet today. Flash the microphone. Apologies. I'm going to pellet through. See how we get on with that. I have interest. I've not done too well fishing pellets in the past, and I'm not a great fan of fishing pellets on the float, to be honest, but it has been not easy going here today at all. So I think anything's worth a try. I've got some sweet corn, and and some bread in the car as well, so I might give them a go at some point. Because this pellet's so heavy, it's dragging the bottom a lot, dragging the float under. What I do is set up generally so that the meat is just dripping along the bottom. Because the hook's buried, it tends not to snag up. It tends not to catch the bottom too much. But now I've got an exposed hook because I've got a pellet on a band. And the pellet's very heavy, which is just keeps snagging on the bottom. So I've shallowed it about 6 inches. We'll see if we keep snagging up with any more bites. Oh, there we go. What is that? Well, I've tried pellets, I've tried cheese. Meat is all they're interested in. That's a little bit further up the run. It's still a reasonable fish. Hanging in that current. Fantastic. A monster, but very welcome. We'll lift him out. There we are. Wonderful stuff. This is cracking. Well guys, here we are. Back in the water again. I am left bank this time. I'm going to have a go at this fast water, see what we can winkle out of here. See if we can do anything better than we did earlier. Although I didn't give it too long earlier, to be fair. Yes, I'm looking forward to this. I haven't been able to get a bank stick in to use a bucket or anything, so landing it in my back, under my belt, and away we go. Now I noticed that from that bank I could see that there's a deeper channel running through there where that water is. So I'm going to run through there. And just see if there's anything doing. There's a bit of cover as well there, which I'm wondering if perhaps the bigger fish have got under in the bay. I went under that. I'm not sure it's a fish, but I went under. And the bait's gone. That's a good sign. And I am fishing like 18 inches deep, so if it wasn't a fish, it's very shallow down there. Perhaps nearer 2 foot, I'd say, not 18 inches. Let's turn you around, you see a bit better. Just run that big bait down through that fast water. Just holding it back. Oh, hello. Yeah, we're in. Well, that's right, the tail of the run, and that's... Here's a reasonable fish. At least I can't give him any line, otherwise he's going to get in that snap. Anything at all. So he gets in that snag we're done for. Some bankside bushes there. He gets in there, we've had it. Liming the power in this current. Just try and get him in the slack water, really. Keep him moving, keep him up. Scrap. Wonderful. A bit cavalier, but I think we'll try and lift him out. He's a nice fish. Managed to get in some weed. After that snag, so I was pretty sure it was a chub. Let's get him out. There we go. There we go. Now it's going to give me a beating on the bank. There we are. How's about that? It's not bad, so I can run through. Wonderful stuff. It's been an absolute beating. There we go. They are there, they're just ignoring me a lot of the time. Well, ignoring the bait. Making for the slack. Come on. In you come. Beautiful. Well, I missed him and he went off. Come on, let's get him this time. How about that? Beautiful. Lovely job. Wonderful stuff. Now he just blew out a mouthful of algae as he went away. Wonder if that's what they've been eating. Had a lovely message the other day on Instagram from father and son, Adam and Travis. Hi guys, just wanted to say good luck on your hunt for a double figure barbel. Wish you all the best. Thanks for the lovely message. I really enjoying watching the videos, so lovely to hear. And of course, hello to everybody who gets in touch with me and asks me things, or just to tell me that they're really enjoying the videos. It's nice to hear from everybody. So the canoes are calming down a little bit now. I'm going to give this swim perhaps another half an hour. I think it's fast water. I might go and have another go back where we were fishing earlier, the slightly deeper middle section, and then we'll sort of take stock and see what we want to do after that. Tried all the baits I've got. The fish, to be honest, don't seem that interested. I was feeding a few chub off the bridge, and they're just not really that interested in feeding. I guess it's the water level is just so low. We all know that, you know, a bit of rain in the river perks the fish up, but they just don't seem that bothered, to be honest, about feeding. We've had a few, which is good. Obviously we've got a few hours yet. I've tried meat, which has been the most successful bait. Pellets, nothing. Some cheese, nothing. Just nip back to the car and grab some corn to give that a try. Something I haven't tried yet. So we'll give that a try. What concerns me a little bit with fishing corn is the stamp of fish we're likely to catch. But you never know. We'll give it a go. So guys, we're back in the very awkward swim that we fished this morning. We had a nice decent chub from it, didn't we? So worth another go, definitely. I'm going to try corn. I've not really used corn on a Y before. It'd be nice to see what happens. Whoa. Blimey. I've got my back wind on. Wow, this thing's taken a lump of cheese and charged off across the river. Literally charged off across the river. Well, after his initial run, he's kind of given up. Oh, nice chub though. There he is. Oh guys, there he is. Beautiful. Wonderful stuff. First one on a bit of cheese that I've had today. Well, I was just thinking about having a move, but well, perhaps we'll stick it out here for a bit. I'm getting some bait going in here. You know, we've been baiting all day in here, so maybe that as the day comes to an end, we shall switch on perhaps. Well, hopefully anyway. They've not been very switched on today so far. The river is in a dire state though. It's so low, desperate for some rain. So we had some yesterday and the day before, certain amount, not loads, but it's rained. It hasn't even touched the rivers according to the rain gauge, but the ground's so dry that as soon as the water and the rain hits the ground, it just soaks it up. I need a prolonged spell of rain, but none on the horizon, unfortunately. But you know, I suppose it is. We're only just into autumn. It's summer, late summer, effectively. So, yeah, to be expected, really. Well, I think we're getting some bites again now. As I say, the sun's gone in, getting lower in the sky. I think we're starting to switch on a little bit. There we go. Thought I had the bottom there. Yeah, it's definitely switching on. Just started to get some bites all of a sudden. Trout, salmon or something, I think. Trout probably jumping over there. We're just switching on now. Just fantastic news. I don't think this is a monster, but it's not a bad one. Well, no such thing as a bad one, is there? And there he is. Got him. There we are. Lovely little fella. Yeah, I definitely think it's just a time of day thing, really. I think the time of day is coming right. And switching on a bit. As I say, I was on the bridge earlier. And there was some chub about that sort of size of that one I just caught, milling about underneath. Perhaps, I don't know, 4 or 5 of them, something like that I could see. And they would sort of take, I'd throw a pellet in or a bit of meat, and they'd take a bit, and then they'd leave the next bit, and leave the next bit, and leave the next bit. They weren't sort of being cagey, they were just didn't seem that interested. But I guess being shallow water and a sunny day, I bet there isn't a spot on this stretch that's more than 3.5 foot deep at the moment. I've put this float across most of it, so I should know. This is off as well, across the river. Blimey. Some power in this current. Just hanging there. Now this was on cheese again, interesting. Seems like the better fish are going out to play a little bit. There he is. We're having a few now, certainly. Nothing huge, but certainly nice fish. Good £2 that one is. About the average size at the moment. The good thing is we're actually catching. We've had a bit of a slog of a day. We've caught steadily, if not regularly, if that makes sense. Certainly haven't bagged up or anything, but we're amassing a decent total now, I think. My arm's certainly telling me I've been trotting for a long time anyway. Whoa. I thought at the bottom there. Float disappeared where it usually disappears. Looking for the snags. Yeah, trying to get under my feet. Out, out, out. All the way along the margin, trying to get in the snags. He's found on right by my feet. Come on. Still trying to get in the snags. Literally. That's not a bad fish actually. Off the snags again. Come out. It's not a bad one. I've got to stop saying that. None of them are bad. Come on, Trouble. Gotcha. Well, there he is. Wonderful stuff. Awesome scrap as well. Fantastic. You know, I think with about a foot on here, it'll be absolutely cracking. Just needs another sort of 20 centimetres, perhaps 30 centimetres on. 12 inches. 10 or 12 inches, I think we'd be absolutely bagging up. There's a bit of colour and a bit of depth. I did realise it was a shallowish stretch, but if I'm honest, I didn't realise it was this shallow. But we're winkling a few out of this deep bit, deepest bit anyway. I'll keep the bait going on too. Happy to trot until I can't see the float anymore. I can fish till an hour after sunset here. So we got till perhaps, I'm not sure, I'll have to check, maybe 8:30, I guess. Well, looks like real malfunction. Had a bite. Again, right where I was expecting the float to go down, it went down. It felt a decent fish, but now it doesn't. Spirited youngster. He's all wrapped up, that's better. Well, not a big one, but very welcome nonetheless. Well, not a big one, but still very, very welcome. Yeah, what I was saying about where the float usually goes under is I'm running it down and we're getting to a point where obviously the bottom shallows up. I'll start to drag the bottom and the float goes under. And that's where I'm getting the bites. Doing their best to confuse me. Blimey, grabbed that on the way down. I only literally just landed. Well, you saw. He nailed it. It's happened a couple of times, I think that has, and I've not managed to hook a fish, but this time we got him. Well, we hooked him. We haven't got him in yet. Just waddling about. Turn you around, you'll see what's going on. Yeah, a bit better. Way up. Oh, blimey. Not a bad one. Say it again, keep saying it. Come on. Fab. Well, that's about that one. Proper stocky fish. Wonderful stuff. He really wanted that. Wolfed it down as it hit the surface and took it right down as well. Right, let's get it back. And we had a couple of goes at that and then took it. Definitely getting them going now, really getting them going. It's sort of vicious circles because the more bites I get, the more feed I can put in without feeling like I'm killing the swim. Feels like another reasonable fish. We'll come out to play now. Big boil on the surface, you can see, right? Very tricky swim to film it. This one, well, fishing as well as filming. Not huge, but definitely worth catching. Come on. Oh, it's stuck in the tree. There we go. There we go. Lovely stuff. Just hold him over the net again in case he flips. Great stuff. There we go. Ooh, hello. He's off. Thump, thump, thump. This is great stuff. Really enjoying this. I want it to end, but I think I'm going to run out of light fairly soon. Not even particularly big. So he's putting up a good account for himself. Come on, you cheeky monkey. Well, there you go. Ran me absolutely ragged. Great stuff. Grabbed it and shot off downstream. Certainly the smallest fish of the day. I think I lift that. Just about. Well, there we are. As I said, smallest one of the day. Right. This feels like a big heavy weight. Not doing a lot. Open up now. It's off again. Oh, you can see where I go. He's off again. Changed his mind. Not having his picture taken. Well, there we are, another lovely looking chub. Fantastic. You can probably tell how dark it's getting. Now put the light on. So guys, I can no longer see the float, so I'm going to call it a day at that. But I've had an absolutely wonderful day. Really enjoyed that. It's fantastic to come to a new stretch. You know, I had to work for it, but you know, we got some rewards. That's really pleasing. Really enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed watching as well. Now hopefully next time I'll be out, we'll be down the Avon, fingers crossed, in the week. But till then, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed that. Tight lines, enjoy your own angling. Many thanks to the channel patrons for your fantastic support, and I'll see you all again very soon.